Welcome back, everyone. The Quranic construct of Jesus, called Isa, is called the Messiah in several surahs. But what does Messiah mean in the Quran? In this video, we definitely will not answer that question. That's because the meaning of the term, just like other biblical terms, has been stripped away in the Quran. Mark Dury notes that there is nothing in the text of the Quran which could assist the reader to discern whether al-Masih has a meaning apart from being a title of Isa, or what its theological significance might be. The Quran shows no awareness that David bore the title Messiah, although he is described as receiving the kingdom in Surah 2. Nothing suggests that the epithet al-Masih has implications of kingship or divine favor for the Quran. It is simply presented as part of Isa's full name, without any further meaning. Dury's study cited here considered the use of select biblical words and phrases in the Quran and asked whether the latter uses these in a way that demonstrates continuity or discontinuity. Are meaning and theology preserved in the title Messiah, or are these lost in the Quran? The latter clearly seems to be the case. On the lexical side of things, the issue becomes even more complex. Dury notes that what would appear to be a descriptive epithet is not actually descriptive in the Quran. The form Masih is morphologically unanalyzable in Arabic. It's widely accepted that the Arabic was borrowed from Syriac. In Syriac, this is used not only as a title for Jesus, but also in reference to other anointed biblical figures, such as Moses and Joshua. As a result of the Quran's lack of context, in addition to it likely borrowing its pure Arabic from Syriac, this has left Muslim commentators quite confused. The difficulty of analyzing the Arabic for Messiah opened the door to much speculation by Muslim exegetes about its interpretation. Lane's entry for Masih states that the major lexicographer, Al-Firuzabadi, reported that 50 different meanings have been proposed. The influential commentary attributed to Ibn Abbas suggests the meanings because he travels from one country to another, or the king, or he has standing and position amidst people in the life of this world. And modern Muslim scholars continue in their ignorance. Ibn Bez, former Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia, asserts it was also said that he is the Messiah because his feet were flat, with no hollow to the soles of his feet, and it was said that he was touched with blessings and blah blah blah. In any case, there is no connection between this and belief or action, and the benefit of knowing it is minimal. So he doesn't know what Messiah in the Quran means, but he knows it's not important. Isn't that convenient? But the study Quran on Surah 345 isn't much better. Messiah renders al-Masih, which corresponds closely in meaning to the Hebrew Mashiach. Here they are citing Zamakhshari. Notice how they apparently know what Messiah means now, though of course they derive that from a Muslim scholar, not from biblical usage. Having finally determined the meaning of Messiah, we find no comment on what this title actually means and why it's applied to Isa in the Quran. They continue, the commentators do not mention the later eschatological associations of this word in the Judeo-Christian tradition. By later associations, I can only conclude that they're referring to the Old Testament, Second Temple literature, and the New Testament, which is really an odd definition of the word later. So while the study Quran attempts to land on a final definition, these scholars still can't explain why the Quranic Jesus is the anointed one and what that actually means. They not so inconspicuously try to strip away the theological import of the term Messiah by implying the theological significance of the term came later. This is academically indefensible and therefore well suited for the study Quran. But in reality, the ultimate meaning of Messiah in the Bible isn't that difficult. Just read the story of Jesus. The evangelists, or the authors of the Gospels, are unanimous that Jesus is the Messiah, who fulfills the scriptural promises of a coming deliverer to redeem Israel from their plight. In his exalted state, he's also the leader of the renewed people of God, comprised of both Jews and Gentiles. Many throughout biblical history have been appointed by God for a specific role. They are small m messiahs. But these messiahs, particularly King David, pointed forward. The Bible portrays Jesus as the Messiah. He is God's appointed Redeemer and Deliverer, the final prophet, priest, and king. Much about the Quranic Jesus seems out of place, yet the Quran finds these things too good to exclude. And certainly in this case, the Quran has no business using the word Messiah. The Quran's authors were either completely ignorant of the word's meaning, which is not compatible with Islamic theology, or they chose to confuse the meaning they didn't like while incoherently including the word anyway. Maybe they just like the sound of it, who knows? But as a great Muslim leader has reminded us already in this video, it's not that important, just like all the other problems in the Quran. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.